Hey everyone, Reese Toscani here, and today we're looking a little closer at the updated Rocal Born Wood Burning Central Stove that was introduced at the end of 2021 to meet the eco-design regulation change. First impressions looking at this V2 version is, well, it looks exactly the same as the previous version. It still has the same triangular shape, with all three sides being 900mm long and stands 800mm off the floor, including the pedestal foot. The glass still has the same infrared coating on the inside that gives it this nice reflective look when it's not in use, but disappears as soon as you light the fire. The most obvious difference from the outside is this new handle that's on the primary door. Rather than the concealed handle that was before, required a tool to open it when it was burning. Like other Rocal stoves, this new handle includes a soft silicone grip with the subtle R branded logo on it. Opening the door and looking inside, you will see that internally is where all of the improvements have been made. Most notably, Rocal have replaced the central grate with this larger sunken fuel bed, the advantage of which is that the logs are kept more centrally in the fire, concentrating the heat, which in turn allows the logs to burn more completely. Rocal have also added these louvered vents that deliver more primary air to the heart of the fire and assists in getting it lit. As a result, the awkward-shaped ash pan has now been removed, making way for these new air columns in all three corners. This is the biggest change to the Born V2, as now all of the combustion air is taken from the single air inlet located in the pedestal foot, meaning air is drawn up from the bottom, channeled up each column before taking along each door and washed down over the glass. This method preheats the air, which is better for combustion and leads to cleaner glass. The previous version of the Born used to push air up the glass, which is less effective than washing it down. All of these combustion improvements had led to an efficiency boost from 75% to over 81%, as well as a reduction in CO, NOx, OGC and particulates, making the Born not only compliant with Ecodesign 2022 regulations, it far exceeds them and is the best version Rocal have ever made. The output has also been reduced slightly from 14.1 to 12 kilowatts. Like before, the Born comes as standard with an external air inlet connection, which allows you to connect this stove directly to the outside air supply through the pedestal foot. However, if it's not possible to run a pipe under the floor, then fear not, as you just need to place an air vent in the room, remove these knockout plates in the foot, which will allow the stove to pull all of the combustion air it needs from the room instead of from the floor. As before, you will find two air controls under the front door, one for the primary air, which comes in through the louvered vents inside, and one for the secondary air or air wash that washes down the glass and feeds back into the fire. Once the fire is established, you should be able to fully close the primary air control, which is the slider on the left and has the small flame icon on it, and operate the stove solely from the secondary air control, which is located on the right. As you move around the stove, you will see that both the second and third doors do still open using the included tool. Rocal suggests that you would primarily load the fire from the front door, which has the new handle, and these doors are more for servicing and cleaning the fire. Talking of servicing the fire, Rocal have developed a rather clever system for removing the baffle plate to allow the Born to be swept from within the stove. There's a small screw on the front right corner which can be removed, and that allows the entire baffle to swing down out of the way, leaving access for your chimney sweep. The central plate that sits above the baffle has also been redesigned so that it can be positioned at different heights depending on the chimney's draft to ensure the fire still burns well in all conditions. As before, you still get this included 2-metre flue spigot that attaches directly onto the stove, providing a sleek transition from the fire to the chimney. It can of course be adapted to suit your room's requirements by cutting it down, extending or connecting into insulated trimble. Rocal also make bespoke ceiling crests that can help conceal this transition and make a feature of it on the ceiling, be that a flat or sloping or even under the ridge. Again, like previous versions of the Born, this stove comes with a pedestal foot but can also be supplied with a bespoke suspension plate, allowing the fire to hang down from the ceiling. So that wraps up the Rocal Born V2 Woodburner. Be sure to leave a comment below if you have any questions regarding this stove, and if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing so you never miss an update. And, if you haven't already, take a look at our video on the updated Rocal Gala, which, like the Born, is another fantastic central stove option for your home.